Welcome back, everybody, and today I'm going to be hitting that 10,000 Stardust power-up on a few Pokemon. Specifically the ones I use to do level 3 raids by myself solo, and Pokemon that I use to attack gyms that have generally low CP that I maxed out before, like Hitmonchan, for instance, and other Pokemon. We'll have to see. I'm thinking I want to spend around 70,000 Stardust, so that's going to be about, well, not about, that's going to be 7 of these power-ups, so 1 for each. There's a lot more that I would like to do. It's just kind of almost seems like a waste of Stardust to a degree. And you'll ask yourself, is it even worth that 10,000 power-up? And yes, I did it to my Mewtwo's. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. I did it to my Mewtwo's a few days ago, so they're above 39, 2 of those. This one right here, I'm contemplating if I want to do the power-up bug glitch thing, whatever, but I'm still deciding on that, so we'll have to wait. But it did help. It did, in fact, help. I had, on my Machamp, which we'll take a look at after this, Machamp raid, it was at 57 seconds, and that was with me dodging and carelessly dodging and attacking, not to my best ability. And I was like, okay, sweet. And I also, let me show you here, did it to Merlin, which we will take a look at right before that raid starts. So it, in fact, it does help a bit. You know, when you're doing these solos, that little bit of sliver, every little sliver helps, okay? To bring that time to better, well, time. Okay, so with that said, I also want to say a little bit of something, something about that video that I said yesterday, the whole new terms of service. One thing that I forgot to mention was the most important thing, I think, in my opinion. Is it right? I mean, technically, let me break it down to you for you really fast. When you go to like a trampoline house, you know, those like warehouses with a bunch of trampolines, you have to sign a waiver, right? Saying that if anything happens, they are not liable, correct? So let's take Pokemon Go, for instance, and when you first start playing, you have to check off a thing that says agree, agree. Most people just skim right through it because they want to play the app, right? Okay, so I'm thinking to myself, it's basically the same thing, and I know it can be, depends on your point of view, but the second you step into this Pokemon Go jump house, if you will, you're signing that contract. They're not liable, and this is their content. They're trying to stop spoofers and all that stuff. I guess you could say I took it a little bit further on that video, but yes, primarily for, quote, spoofers, so they say, all right? So you're signing a waiver, and you're giving up your rights. As soon as you do that, you have no right to complain. If you don't like all that stuff, then don't play the app. All right, so that's one of the main points I should have made, which I didn't, is everybody's signing a waiver, basically, and when you play Pokemon Go, you're giving up your rights and privacy. All right, so with that said, let's get into the power-ups. Let's go. I'm thinking I'm going to start off with, yes, Raikou here. So like I said, I'm going to mainly focus on Pokemon that I use to solo level 3s, attack gyms, and stuff like that. If you don't go around and do solo gyms and all that stuff, and you mainly raid with groups, hitting this 10,000 power-up is almost, I'm not going to say pointless, but that's a lot of Stardust for group raiding and all that. Now, if I use Raikou and jump in a group raid with Suicune, I mean, whatever, you know what I mean? But you know what it is. You understand what I'm saying. I use this to attack the Vaporeon. So let's go ahead and hit this power-up button on Raikou and see what we get. Please, 3,000. Oh, yeah. I mean, 33. Made it to 33. Cool. All right, so it is now, in fact, level 39.5. There is another power-up. I don't know if they intentionally did this, and then they're going to introduce it later, or it was an accident. Either way, you can do the power-up bug and get that 2 power-up for 20,000 Stardust, but that's all you. All right, now, I was contemplating this very hard because if I do make this 35, I do want to make it my buddy because it's kind of like a trophy for me. I like Lugia, looks cool. The moveset is good. I would prefer Sky Attack because it charges quicker, and that Extra Sense or that Future Sight takes a minute for it to fill up. Not that it's a problem. Lugia could take any hit that comes at it, basically, times 10. So I'm still contemplating that one. We'll go ahead and move along. Now, another Pokemon that I have for sure on my mind here is the Blisseys, because I mean, I literally dropped these. These are the first things I dropped because I don't know if it's a thing where people are like, well, those people that drop those Blisseys. I mean, it's part of the game, and I really like to drop them in there because, well, if I'm by myself, usually I am when I'm taking over gyms, because the gym system now does not require you to battle with other people. I mean, like before, you know, those little 10s were stacked with Blisseys, and you're like, okay, everybody, let's go. But mostly by myself now, so it's nice dropping a Blissey in there because it can hold its own for a minute. And then if somebody's attacking it, I'm like, oh, I can see it, and not it's as opposed to something else that just gets wiped out in just a second. All right, so let's go ahead and hit this. Too much talking here, huh? All right. 3,173. Cool. Let's see, compared to my other one. All right, it passed it. Look at that. And this one is, in fact, powered up again. Now, people were asking me to do the Donphin, and which would make complete sense to make it nice 3,000, but 10,000 Stardust for a Pokemon that I barely use. Yes, I enjoy Donphin. It's a very good Pokemon, but there is no actual use for it, to be honest. I mean, to go up against a Tyranitar raid, but I'm not soloing those. And if you're going to try to do that solo and do a Tyranitar raid with like 2 other people, then you're going to want to probably use Machamps. All right, so we're going to pass on that because there's really no point. So we're going to go ahead and do Espeon, because this is, in fact, one of the Pokemon I use to raid against Gengar and Machamp. All right, so, and it's so close to 29. So let's go ahead and hit that. 2919, there we are. Hit it. Very nice, I like that number. And keep in mind, these all do have one more power up to go. Most of them. Some of them I've done that little thing a few times, so. Let's go ahead and do Exeggutor. 15 in attack. Use it a lot. Drop it in gyms. Use it to attack gyms. Use it to attack raids. And drop, like I just said. So, all 3 for this one, in fact. So, it's definitely going to get a power up. Alright, went up by 20. Now, it is very minuscule for this 10,000 Stardust power up here. And in terms of the return of CP that you get for that power up, it's quite steep price to pay. But, like I said, that little bit helps. It really does. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and do the Gengars. I've already done this one here. And we're going to finish off both of these. Go ahead and start with Dimension. Let's get him up to 25, shall we? Let's do this, Gengar. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, in the new update, which I don't think they've really rolled it out quite yet because it's buggy and the Pokemon look glitchy in gyms and your clothes look glitchy. But you can tell his design looks different. He has a different dodge, if you haven't seen my video yet. And his color. It looks cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Hey, 25 Dimension. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, Acidina's turn. Oh, well, I mean, Hexus. Hexus, let's get it. Alright. Alright, so these are Pokemon I use to attack raids. In fact, they are probably number 3 or number 2, besides Mewtwo, as to what I use to attack raids because they're so strong. Literally the best attacker in the game. Almost. Not in the game. It's got quite high DPS. Alright, I was eyeballing this one right here. Lapras. See, I do drop it in gyms. It's a good defender. 10,000 Stardust, though. It's killing me. I can't, you have no idea how indecisive I was before I made this video. It would have been up so much sooner, but I was just sitting here trying to decide which Pokemon I actually want to power up. And we hit a wall kind of right here. So there's going to be a few more power-ups, but now I'm just going to be kind of winging it. I kind of planned those other ones, but now I'm just like, well, what do I need to power up? All right, so I'm thinking, let me see how much Stardust here. We'll do about 4 more of these, maybe. And let me explain something too about Entei. I know everybody wants to see max Entei, but what is the point? What would I use it for? You know what I mean? It is an amazing tacker. Wow, I found that out by running through, it was like 3 Pokemon, and it still had half health, and it was taking out Dragonites. I was like pretty impressed. I knew it can do that, but imagine what it can do when it's maxed out. See, the thing is, when you have a maxed out Pokemon, well, a lot of times these gyms are just so weak, there's no point, you'll just completely smash through it. So anyways, I was thinking about MUK, because MUK is pretty high CP Pokemon. I like to drop it in gyms, so we'll go ahead and hit that 10,000 on MUK. There you go. Nice defender there. Poison Jab and Dark Pulse. Alright, so that's one. Thinking about this one, because it is a 100. Slowking, that's very nice. But like I said, at the end of the day, what's it really gonna help me for? Like, I'll drop it in a gym, and it doesn't have double charge, and that's the only bad thing about it. All right, so let's keep moving along here and see what else I can do. Queendra is an option, but I know it's not gonna hit 30 or 24 unless I do the power up glitch. It's gonna hit like 2389 maybe, or 2390 something, and I don't want that. All right, so Rocksteady is in 100. He's just not powered up, and I'm not gonna power him up until Rhyperior comes into the scene. Maggie is something I use to attack gyms all the time. This 10,000 power up will benefit it slightly, like I said it would, but guys, it's killing me here, the Stardust. Already did Volta. Okay, and you're maybe Persian? You're thinking you're gonna power up Persian and skip all these other Pokemon. I know. I'm a weirdo like that. Alright, so shall we just get this Theris up out of here? Yeah, 35. I mean, I don't use this to attack. I use it to attack gyms, actually. But not raids, because its DPS is not that great. But when it comes to attacking gyms, it's a beautiful thing. Sounded like Martha Stewart over here. Alright, so, here we go. Indecisiveness is kicking in real hard right now. Hellhound. I mean, I use him to attack Gengars and Alakazams, but usually by the time it gets to him now with these Mewtwo's, it just, I don't get to him. There's other options that pop up first, like against the Machamp usually, or you wouldn't want to use that against the Machamp, but Alakazam, my other Alakazam would usually kick in. Alrighty, so enough jibber jabbering here. Let me find something to power up. I keep on looking at this Mewtwo, guys. I kind of want to do it. Alright. Okay, last but not least, I'm just going to do the Hitmonchan. It's been with me for so long. I mean, I've used it so much. Let's go, Hitmonchan. Show them what you got. Alright, 10,000 for 15 CP. What do you think about that? Ouch. Alright, so hey, it's not as bad as Raikou. Raikou was like 12 or 13. 12, 13, 14 CP for the 10,000 power up. It was crazy. Alrighty, so I think that's gonna wrap it up. I could do this one. That would be nice, actually. What am I at? Ooh, that Stardust went down fast, didn't it? Alright, so this here is a 93, I think, HP attack. Wow. Oh, those are both wows? Alright, Steelix. Welcome to the 24 club. There you go. Hey, 411. Very nice. 24-11. Well, there you have it. I just boosted a few of my champs, and we'll have to test them out even further. So let's go ahead and check out this Machamp raid and that Alakazam power-up. Let's go. Alrighty then, so we're over here at the Machamp raid, and we're going to do that Alakazam power-up here. I was thinking to myself, why not? Might as well go for this. So here it is. And for 20, not bad. 28. What a nice number, huh? Alright, so enjoy this Machamp raid, and I'll be bringing you all some more videos later today.